Welcome to Obstacle Blaster with Jim Atkins. Personal, interpersonal, professional. Blast through life's obstacles toward a better life. Today, the case against goals, part 2. Let's get started.
All right, if you've seen part 1 of the case against goals, you might be saying to yourself, okay, Mr. Smarty Pants, if goal setting is such a bad idea, why hasn't there been a book by some really respected author that makes the case against goals? And perhaps the part of the answer to that question is found in the comments written by goal-setting proponents online. Anywhere that you see an article written in a blog that identifies how and why goals may tend to fail us, you'll see a lively debate in the string of comments submitted by readers. And why don't you see for yourself? I'm going to read a few of these to you. You'll see the level of pro-goal passion shown in written remarks of supporters of goal setting. And these are word-for-word submissions that respond to an anti-goal article that I found online. So maybe this explains why not so many books on the topic. Listen to this. Talk about dissecting an apple to analyze an orange. Here's another one. It's like the saying, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Goals don't damage organizations, people damage organizations. And here's a third one. This is a ridiculous article. Without a goal, you'll never know if you go there. Goals point us in a direction. And I could go on and on. Well, as I stated in a previous post, there is a marvelous book called Goal-Free Living by Steven Shapiro, which by that title would suggest there is in fact a book that promotes the idea of ridding our society of goals. But not necessarily so. Shapiro writes that goals are fine, but it's the obsession with goals that can ruin one's happiness and reduce their effectiveness. And that tends to be where most of the goal detractors are as well. Goals are fine. Just be aware of the countless potential pitfalls that accompany goal setting done wrong. And my friends, I just happen to see it differently. I'm here to stand up and say without equivocation that goals are not the integral ingredient to success and achievement that we've been taught to believe. And as I said in part 1, I'm of the firm conviction that successful goal-oriented people succeed in spite of and not because of their goal-setting ways. And I said that I will explain why, and I will. So why did I say that Steven Shapiro's book, Goal-Free Living, is marvelous, even though he's still okay with goals? Well, I believe it's a marvelous book because when it comes to how we view goals and goal setting, out of the box thinking about how to create a very satisfying life without putting goals and goal setting in the center of the strategy really is a great start. And that's what Goal-Free Living does, marvelously. So please check out Steven Shapiro's book, Goal-Free Living, as essential reading for anyone who's ready to reach for a more happy, fulfilling life. In fact, with Steven's permission, let me read an extended quote from his website where he describes the book. This amazing book shares the personal discovery of consultant Steven Shapiro, for whom professional success was often achieved, yet personal satisfaction remained elusive. He wanted to escape the treadmill of chasing his goals and to find a way to make his life truly rewarding. So over 90 days, he drove 12,000 miles and interviewed 150 extraordinary people from all walks of life to learn how they lived fulfilling, happy lives. Along the way, he discovered the 8 secrets to living life free from the constant pressure of goals. Number 1, use a compass, not a map. Trust that you're never lost. Remember that opportunity knocks often, but sometimes softly. Want what you have. Seek out adventure. Become a people magnet. Embrace your limits. And number 8, remain detached. Those are the things that he covers in his book. And Goal-Free Living offers practical guidance on putting these valuable lessons to work in your own life every day. Take them to heart, and you'll be free of the tyranny of goals and experience a life truly worth living. So, my friends, I heartily agree with all that Mr. Shapiro is convincingly conveying to Goal-Free Living readers. Now, I'd simply like to take the folks who have that same mindset a little bit further down the path toward personal satisfaction. I'd like to focus on an assumption that for too many people stands as one big roadblock, an assumption that, ironically, Goal-Free Living, that book, doesn't really seriously address, and that's the notion that goals are a good thing. In the Case Against Goals series, we're going to examine the standard reasons why pro-goal people are so in favor of goals and goal setting. That's the first thing we're going to do. Next, we're going to look at the top 5 pitfalls of goals and goal setting. And finally, we're going to consider an alternative that, if widely accepted, will represent a quantum leap forward in our heretofore limited way of thinking about how to turn hopes and dreams into a steady stream of accomplishments. And so this officially ends the introduction to the Case Against Goals series. So please stay with me. We're going to keep going in part 3.